What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Coach Black, your internet relationship and breakup coach. Today's topic: building trust with your ex after a breakup. Now, if you've done something during your relationship that repulsed your ex and made them dump you, okay, whether it is you were needy, extremely anxious about them, and you weren't sure about where you stood, and so you were calling them all the time, trying to seek certainty, trying to make sure that they never left you. Now, as you know, if you watch this channel, sooner or later, that behavior is not going to work for anyone. Okay, they will get extremely frustrated with your constant bids for attention, your constant need for them to reassure you. And again, while some of this is fine, okay, I understand some people are anxious, too much neediness and insecurity tends to cause breakups to happen a lot. Now, there's people on the other end of the spectrum where you actually did legitimate negative things to cause your ex to leave. Maybe you were abusive, maybe you were a cheater, okay? And for those reasons, your ex decided to walk away. How do you earn their trust, okay? How do you make them want to come back to you in a way that no contact will actually be successful? And I want to explain it here in this video with a quick example. See, I went to the store just a few minutes ago. That's actually what inspired me to make this video. And I wanted to pick up some Gatorade. If you know anything about me, I love Gatorade. There's a 0-calorie version that's probably high in sugar, I don't know, but it's a sports drink. It tastes good. I really like the white Gatorades. That's like my go-to. So anyway, I went to a gas station close to where I stay. And, I picked up some Gatorade, and right when I was about to walk out, the guy at the counter, there's a display that's not necessarily next to the counter, it's a little bit offset. So the person behind the counter can't really get to that display. Now, I'm looking at the display and there's a bunch of hats, and I see one that I like. It's the hat I got on right now. It's an Astros hat. I live in Houston, so obviously an Astros supporter. So I saw it, I was like, you know what? I want to pick up that hat. I like it. So I tell the man behind the counter, I was like, hey sir, I like this hat. Would you mind come letting me grab it? Because the hat is behind a glass case of some sort. Obviously, for safety, you don't want people picking things out and running out of the store. So again, it's behind a glass safe, if you will. So I asked him, I said, hey, can I take a look at this hat? And he says, he looks around and then he just reaches into a drawer, grabs a key and hands it to me. He's like, hey, you go ahead and check it out. So I thought that was odd. I've never experienced something like that. And again, they put the thing behind the safe for a reason. But I go get the hat and then I bring it to the counter and he rings me up. And he's like, hey, I usually don't do that, but there's something about you that makes me trust you. There's something about you that makes me feel safe, and it's just your vibe. Now, keep in mind, okay, I like to think I have a cool, trustworthy vibe, but also this gas station is fairly close to where I live, and I frequent this place. Now, I don't recognize this guy specifically, but I'm sure he's probably seen me come into the store a few times. So over the last few weeks or a month or so, I've been able to build some rapport. I've been able to build some trust, even without saying any words, okay? This is very important because, again, attraction, no contact, all of this is based on human nature, human patterns, and human behaviors. And your ex is the same. So let's look at the context of your relationship. If you think about before the breakup happened, you were doing things that were negative as far as your ex's attraction. So let's take the example of a needy person. You're calling them all the time. You're blowing up their phone and maybe they don't text you back. They don't get back to you in time. And let's say they genuinely had something important they were working on and couldn't reach you. So these extremely needy behaviors will piss them off, turn them off because you come off as insecure, And again, because of this pattern, they decided to leave. So you've essentially built a credit score with your ex. A credit score that tells them this person is extremely needy, and neediness is linked to someone being unattractive. Okay, so if your ex thinks that you're unattractive and needy, they're gonna put you in that box. They're gonna put you in that category. And again, this doesn't help your case. But the thing about building trust with your ex is that you can change that perspective. Okay, you can make them start to see you differently if you change your behavior. The thing is, it's going to take some time. Okay, this is where no contact comes in. Because first, when you give your ex the breakup, you accept what they've offered, okay, and you acknowledge the mistakes that you make, but you respect their decision, and you go no contact and you give them distance. Now you're showing them a new behavior. Remember, needy, insecure people, they can't stay away for too long. They're going to be calling, they're going to be texting, even when someone sets a new boundary. So you're building a new credit score. Let's say you had a 400 credit score before. With this new pattern of staying away, you're constantly rebuilding that trust in that they feel safe and secure that you can respect their boundaries. Now let's take it a step further. What will happen after a few weeks, maybe a month or so? Now your ex is realizing like, okay, they're behaving differently. Let me call them or let me text them and see how they respond. You practicing that restraint, giving your ex the space to walk away, giving them the distance and separation in that even when they call you, while you're open and accommodating, you're still not infringing on their privacy. You're willing to walk away from the conversation without expectations, knowing where you came from. Okay, and so eventually maybe they say, hey, let's get together and grab a cup of coffee. You go out, you grab a cup of coffee, you have a good time, it's a great conversation. And again, remember, your ex will still have their guard up based on their knowledge of who you were in the past. So their guard is still going to be up. So you go on this date, you have a good time, you enjoy some laughs with your ex, and again, you walk away from the interaction, you walk away from this great date, and your ex gets space, okay? This goes a long way in making them feel safe and secure, and this is where the trust is built. You get that credibility, and your ex is like, okay, maybe they've actually changed completely. This is where your ex, like that guy behind the counter, is going to hand you the keys to their heart. Remember, their heart is probably like this hat. It's behind a safe. It's behind some kind of guard and restriction. And you have to earn the approval of your ex to open back up to you when they feel safe and secure. Now, don't get me wrong. This does not mean that you accept mistreatment. This does not mean that you accept breadcrumbs. It's still a dance that you're doing with your ex. While you're patient and accommodating, okay, if your ex is never trying to see you and they just want to pop in and out of your life, text you whenever they're bored, you're going to set and enforce boundaries as well, okay? It's just about walking things slowly to a successful conclusion where you and your ex can get back together. Now, this also works for the person who cheated, right? Who made really big mistakes. When you acknowledge your flaws, okay, you apologize for the mistakes that you made, but also you forgive yourself. So you're not constantly judging, because it's that judgment that makes you feel the need to constantly reach out to make amends. You cannot apologize forever. So once you've taken ownership, one, and two, you've forgiven yourself for the mistakes that you made with your ex, you can give them space as well. You give them no contact. What will happen is sooner or later, they will miss you as well, because you're behaving maturely. You are behaving in an attractive way. You are able to take ownership, which again is very attractive, but secondly, you respect their decision. So they get curious, they reach out to you, you're going to need some time again to build that rapport. And it's all about allowing your ex to feel free, allowing them to feel free to come and go, right? Provided it's within the confines of moving things slowly and steadily forward. Okay, it's that freedom that makes them feel safe and secure. And then over time, their emotional walls will drop and you can rebuild that trust and connection once more. Once the emotional connection is secure, there's going to be more bouts for physical intimacy, and things like that are going to continue to grow. But it's a step-by-step process, and you can do this, but I hope you understand no contact is the foundation. Okay, and then also being secure, being capable of allowing your ex the time and space to come to you. This needs to be their decision. Okay, and as they're coming to you, you just slowly match their effort and energy. They're comfortable, secure, and before you know it, you guys are back together in a happy, healthy relationship. So anyway, if you have any thoughts, go ahead and drop them down in the comment section below. If you like this video, please go ahead and like it right now. It truly, truly does help the channel out, and I appreciate you for doing so. I'm going to continue to put out new videos and new content for you in whatever way I believe will be helpful to the viewers of this channel. I really can't say enough how much I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in, for watching the videos, for liking the videos, for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you for doing so. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, quickest way to do so is to click the first link in the description and we can talk about your situation. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person, either over the phone or on a video call. Or maybe if you see me out in Houston, we can chat. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.